So this is happening. Hey guys, so the big news that released today is that Lex Luthor and Alfred got cast for Superman vs. Batman or Batman vs. Superman or Man of Steel 2, whichever name you prefer. And the actor that has been cast as Alfred is Jeremy Irons. Everybody seems to be fine with that casting. And then the casting for Lex Luthor on the other hand, it's all over the place when it comes to reactions towards this casting. Now, the actor that was cast as Lex Luthor is Jesse Eisenberg, and it's been pretty torn online and people's opinions on it. There's those who are, yeah, let's just wait and see, maybe he'll do a good job, and then those are like, oh, it's a great casting, and then there's those who are like, this is the worst casting news ever. I'm neither of those things. Like, I'm not happy about it. I am disappointed with it, but at the same time, I'm like, I need to calm myself down and be more open-minded to this casting choice. But with that said, I'm still worried about this casting choice. My vision of Lex Luthor has always been someone who's older than Clark Kent. And when I look at Jesse Eisenberg, even though he's the same age as Henry Cavill, he looks younger than Henry Cavill does, facial-wise and just body-wise. That kind of really bothers me because Lex Luthor has always been older than Superman, always been older than Clark Kent in every form of any story of Superman. Even during Superboy, the comics, even then, he still looked older than Superboy did. And then I know there's some people out there that are defending this role by saying, well, in Smallville they had Lex Luthor and Clark Kent grow up together. And it's like, no, not really. Lex Luthor was actually 6 years older than Clark Kent, and the actor Michael Rosenblum was actually 5 years older than Tom Welling. Whatever other comic you can reference to, like Birthright, again, Lex Luthor is older than Clark Kent. Every comic, whenever you see Lex Luthor and Clark Kent standing next to each other as young boys, it's always shown that Lex Luthor is older than Clark Kent. That's always been a known thing. And now they're changing that with this casting because in technical sense, he is younger than Cavill by, I guess, 6 months or 5 months like that, and he looks younger. He does look younger. And also the other thing is that Jesse Eisenberg, in a lot of ways, in a lot of things I've seen him in, he always plays the dorky kid, like the dorky, awkward kid who has this weird tone to his voice. Like, you can't really take him seriously, and that's what really throws me off. Like, I'm trying to picture him like that, and I spent all day just looking at his photo and being like, how could he work as Lex Luthor? Can I really envision him as Lex Luthor? And where I'm sitting right now, I really cannot envision him as Lex Luthor. Now, I don't think he'll do a poor job. I don't think I'm going to hate him in the movie or anything like that, because he can do a decent job, but I don't know. I'm really on the fence about this. I'm curious to hear what you guys think about his casting. You guys think he'll do a good job? Are you on board where I am? Or are you just indifferent? You don't care either way who they cast as Lex Luthor as long as they cast somebody. So that's my thoughts on this big news that released today. Thank you for watching, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Draft Day is directed by Ivan Reitman, stars Kevin Costner, Jennifer Garner, Dennis Leary, and then there's small roles by P. Diddy, Terry Crews, and Tom Welling. The premise of the story is pretty much about Draft Day, the Cleveland Browns, and Kevin Costner's character, who's the general manager of the Cleveland Browns. The first half of the movie is just pretty much Kevin Costner's character trying to figure out who he wants to draft, and he's basically just going after this one football player.